Hey Exile, I'm Pat of Exile. I've been playing a monk. I went Invoker because I am very daring. Also because I love the names of its abilities, such as Lead Me Through Grace, Banger. Anyway, at the cost of not being able to gain spirit from armor, you gain 1 spirit for each 6 energy shield and 15 evasion rating on your body armor. No, passive skills do not affect that. Yes, Iron Runes affect it. Lead Me Through Grace just straight up reads your armor stats. So of course I started thinking which kind of armor would maximize its value. Dex, pure evasion, int, pure energy shield, or hybrid, both. Admittedly, this wasn't a difficult problem to solve, it was just time consuming. It's a matter of multiplying and dividing, and as someone who took math 75% more than his contemporaries, I think you can trust my math. Anyway, the steps for solving this are threefold. First, we look at the armor types and find out the base numbers. For every kind of armor, there are 3 types, the highest base stat one and the 2 variations that have an implicit. For example, the wax jacket is the one with the highest base stats for hybrid evasion and energy shield armor. Its variations are the Wayfarer jacket, which gives chaos resistance as an implicit, and a Scalpers, which gives move speed as an implicit, at the cost of course lower base numbers. Next up, we go to PO2DB and check out the modifiers for each kind of armor. Knowing that we could have a maximum of 3 prefixes per piece of gear meant I could just pick the 3 most relevant modifiers and see how they add up. Do keep in mind that you won't actually see the names of the modifiers, or the prefixes rather, on your gear. However, you will see them on the trade site, which is pretty weird. Prefixes do not repeat, and neither do suffixes for that matter. However, there are multiple prefixes that can improve a single stat, such as Apparition and Stalker, both improving the flat numbers for evasion and energy shield. Third, it's a matter of plugging in the numbers. This was more difficult than it sounded, at least for the hybrid, because, well, you'll see. Actually, I can just tell you, and it's because I tested an obviously subpar option in an effort to be thorough, because, a subpar option existed. After that, I could safely not do the same for pure ES and pure Ava, because the math had been tested. Then we just compare. Let's start with the hybrid. Here are the numbers for it. There are 4 prefixes that could add the relevant stats: Apparition, Stalker, Illusory, and Maestro. Maestro splits off into HP, so it automatically does worse than the other 3, though I still tested it to be sure, and yes, it's definitely worse. I plugged them in and arrived at a total of 158 bonus spirit, or 258 spirit total, if you use the best 3 combination, which is Apparition, Stalker, and Illusory. Then I did the same for the other 2 types, the pure evasion and pure energy shield. I looked up the modifiers, plugged them into the formula, and did the addition division stuff, and now here are the results. Third is energy shield, his second is evasion, and up at the tippy top is our boy, the hybrid. Now, there is some weirdness with the alts, or Wayfarer hybrid and Serpent Skin evasion. The alts for evasion are higher than the hybrid, which might be because you actually get a bit more value out of evasion rather than energy shield, but not so much that it beats out the hybrid when you're using the higher base numbers. The good news is, while weird, it doesn't really change a lot of our conclusions from this. The differences between the 3 aren't that big. I mean, the differences are around 5 to 8-ish, and I say 8-ish because there's some rounding and I don't know when they rounded off at each step of the calculation. But anyway, the point is that the weakest option, which gives you 231 spirit total or 131 spirit from Lead Me Through Grace, people can still pretty much run whatever they want, from cast-on effects to double heralds and like 3 or 4 defensive spirit gems. Additionally, these are the top-end numbers. This is peak performance in terms of Lead Me Through Grace numbers. These numbers are doing the Olympics, while you should probably expect gear that can play college ball at best. In addition, it might not be ideal for actual builds to max out the spirit from this, as they may not need all that spirit, and utilize Lead Me Through Grace's unspoken perk, which is freeing up slots on your gear for other nonsense. Ultimately, I just wanted to see if they would be that different. They are not. The ultimate conclusion is go with the defensive stat that works for you the most. If you're ranged, for example, and want to go into CI, Chaos Inoculation, possibly you might want to go full energy shield. So that's it. That's the conclusion. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You have a good day now, Exile. I am Pat of Exile. I'm also on Twitch as Pioneer TV. I rarely play Path of Exile on stream, but I do sometimes. Anyway, I'm Panator. I'll see you later.